Turn your music down. We won't get cut off. What's up, y'all? What's going on? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Do
Happy
us a favor.
Black History Month.
It is Black History Month already.
Happy.
It seemed like January just dragged on.
Where?
Another little year. There's so much happening in January for me. It's just still unbelievable with some of the stuff.
Y'all know what to do. Make sure you share right now.
I got to share too. That's what I'm doing. So I'm not taking a pause. I'm sharing the broadcast. How y'all been doing this wonderful Wednesday? I was just telling Terrence I had a hell of a day from work. Been one of those days. It felt like a Monday.
Ooh, where is it at?
Where are we at?
Y'all, I'm looking. That's why I'm trying to find the share. And y'all know it takes.
Yeah, I'm trying to find
forever to get it. So
it's not in my news feed.
That's why I'm over here looking at the screen like, okay, what's really going on?
What's up? I don't even know who's on because they. I'm sorry.
Because I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Are we on?
We are on. You say live. I hope I'm on. Yes, it's ours. Let me see the perspective. Oh, not the Potter's House.
The Potter's House. We on there?
No, we live. We on live. Hi, we on here. Let me share it now.
Well, I still ain't found it, so let me go back to the website and make sure I don't
just share this. So see if you can see it in your news feed now. You can. It's not giving us like who's on there and all that kind of stuff like it used to. I don't know what Facebook is doing. They always changing shit. What's up, you guys? I know you got people on here because it says it. I don't know who's on. Say hello back to us. YouTube, what's going on with you? 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 Did you get it yet, brother?
I think, I don't know. It still ain't coming up in my news feed, so I don't know.
It say 3 shares. Somebody shared
it.
You had to be one of the 3, I guess.
Hi, Alicia. I see Alicia's here.
Alicia's here. What's going on, Alicia? You ain't gave us an update with what we supposed to be. It's taking that long, Alicia?
Well, I guess I should do a feel good story right here since it came up right in front of me. Y'all, in 2005, Kevin, y'all know I jack up names, Berthia, went to the Golden Gate Bridge, and he was.
Oh, that's the one we're having on the show.
Who?
Kevin. And you act like you didn't know the story.
I didn't. I don't know the story. I'm looking at it right now.
That's the guy that was coming on the show a couple of weeks ago. He's coming on here. He'll be on this month.
I don't look, y'all. I don't know the story. That's why I called it a feel-good story, because I just looked over here and I was trying to find a feel-good story. But
no, that's Kevin. That's the one that was
y'all,
off the bridge, and the highway patrol guy talked him off the bridge.
Officer Kevin Briggs.
Yeah.
So I'm giving y'all a feel-good story because I guess it's 10 years later when they met on the same bridge, and so for y'all that know, that's kind of it's a touchy situation for me because my partner jumped off the bridge, but there was no coming back. I want to give y'all a feel-good story for the day because I was searching for a feel-good story and it wasn't none because we in some bad times right now. I was searching, trying to find something good, and this just popped up while I was sitting here trying to share. It's called Let's Spread the Kindness page. I need to follow that page, and maybe I could find some more feel-good stories. Yeah, I don't know who Kevin. I don't even remember that story at all. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't remember that
He
at
was
all.
going to be our conversation when we the DJ killed himself.
Oh, Twitch.
Yeah, he was going to come on and talk, but he got booked, so we're going to have him come on this Black History Month. And it's good. It's 10th anniversary, so we'll have him come on and talk about his experience and things and stuff such, and see where he's at in life right now. Cool cat.
Oh wow, he chopped off his hair. Okay.
We're definitely praying for the family of Nichols. They had a service today, and it was really good. Actually, I watched it, and it was a really, really nice service. Really nice service. Wasn't long and drawn. It was really, really nice. His family put him away really nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop looking. I must.
He's like, here he goes fishing. Look, here he goes.
I'm gonna stop. I was getting ready to say something, but I'm gonna stop because that might get us in trouble. And I'll be the one to say, yeah, I said it. But y'all look a mess. Oh my God.
Bless your heart.
Oh, that was real bad. And that's the video y'all putting out right now. Ooh, Lord, have mercy, y'all.
Alicia, what's going on with you?
We waiting on our perspective as for our dates to know who we going out with.
Oh Lord. Jesus Christ.
Ooh, y'all.
Risen Savior.
Don't say that because that's who I was just watching and said they look a mess.
Oh. Nothing, just working. What's up, sis? Work is good. Work is good. Work is good. Work is good. Trust me, work is good.
Let me tell y'all.
Work.
It's been cold.
It has been freezing.
Beyond cold. Another day, I took my little gloves off in the bus. I had the heater on. I only used the gloves to check the tire. I took that glove off, and it's like a chill went right through my spine. I had to throw that glove back on.
I'm sure. This weather has not been playing with us. Do you hear me?
I'm like, this don't make no sense for it to be this cold. This is not New York. I'm gonna need y'all to take y'all weather back.
This weather ain't been playing. And then they getting you heard
no
about
snow.
No snow. It's freezing, but no snow.
No snow.
I'm like,
oh.
How's that?
I saw a couple of ushers last week in the line at Everett Jones.
Couple of ushers? Who won the church? I told y'all.
Which one are we talking about? The R&B singer or the church?
Right. Honey, it better be the R&B singer.
Which one?
Because I made my request very known.
Which one are we talking about?
I think I made my request known.
OMGG. Yeah, we both said no church.
Alicia got jokes.
Hashtag no church.
None, ma'am.
None. So let me tell y'all, I be so busy at work. I'm getting ready to start a new class. So y'all, it's like a hot second when I have a chance. I like halfway scroll through, or I'm looking to see because I try to remember people's birthdays. I go through and I be looking like, who is this person? I don't even know who half the people are. And I end up deleting the people because I don't know who they are. And then I'll be like, oh God, when I look at the connection, either they watched the show. So I'm sorry if I deleted some of y'all. It wasn't intentionally because I'll be looking like, who is this?
It's all right.
I'll be like, who is this?
This shit happens.
I'll be like,
I do the same thing. I delete when birthdays and people are, if I know people haven't followed us or if we don't have no kind of communication. It's like, what are you on my page for?
I'd be like, who is this?
That's how I feel about it.
Harpo, who this?
She
Who
said, I
this?
saw a couple of ushers in line to Everton Jones, and I'm going to interview now. I got you. I'm kidding. You definitely made you. I have made my request known, child. Yes, Lord.
So y'all, I think I'm getting I think I'm getting catfished.
What you mean? He didn't turn this whole show into something else. What happened? What you mean?
Y'all know I keep a team. So we already know that, and I have a team that's real. But you know, I talk to people occasionally. They'll inbox me, and I try to be nice and be cordial to people that inbox me. But I'm super sleuth number one. So when you start conversing with me, usually I done already took your email address and I done dropped it into Facebook to try to see your Facebook because you just mysteriously appear in my Facebook Messenger, but when I click on it, it don't take me to your page. So that's why I say. So then I'm like, So then when I ask you where you live, oh, I live in Colorado, but I'm from New York, and I'm on my way to Qatar, and I'm going to be there for about 3 weeks, and I would love to see you. So why don't you fly here? Fly where? Oh no, sorry, pumpkin. That ain't me. That ain't me. Because when I went and put your email address in, some white man, a Caucasian male came up, and it wasn't you. It wasn't you. So I think I'm being catfished.
Why would you say you've been catfished though?
Because when I put the
right, Alicia, exactly. Yeah.
When I put the email address in, it was not the person that I was expecting to see. Because I'm good for putting your email address in the search bar to see if you have a Facebook attached to that email address. I'm good for that. I have no issue with that. So we'll see how that pans out. But you know, I ain't going nowhere right now. I ain't got time to be bothered with some shenanigans. I ain't got time for the shenanigans. So we're having technical difficulties. I had some good stuff for y'all. And I didn't take enough notes to pull that off. So without that video, I did see y'all was it yesterday morning? It was yesterday morning. Did y'all see where the 6-year-old boy had his dad's phone and he spent $1,000 on Grubhub? And I was watching the news yesterday. And I'm like, how the heck does a child spend $1,000 on your phone in groceries? So coming from the grocery store, and food was coming from restaurants. And the dad was, I saw this on Newsweek, and he did his little interview, and he says that he just said, okay, about the third Grubhub person is when he started saying, who ordered this food? After the third person?
That's what I was going to say. He didn't know before?
That's what I said. Now, and the kid is 6 years old. Now, I've heard of kids going on there and they spending money on their games. What that thing called Roblox.
Roblox, that's me. And these ones over here.
That takes people's money.
It does.
There was the lady did a GoFundMe because the child had did all of her rent money.
I'm sure.
So I was just confused at how. And this was from Chesterfield Township, Michigan, which is just outside of Detroit. And he's 6 years old. So, and then I don't even understand how this too also happened. Now, the story is a little bit different. He said him and his wife was out seeing a movie with friends. So then it goes to, at one point, half an hour before Mason had to go to bed, he gave his son the phone to play games on. Instead of playing games with the son, the boy opened up the Grubhub and went wild. Now, my thing is, when you're on these sites, you have to do some type of confirmation.
No, you don't.
When you're on the grocery, don't you have to confirm?
You don't have to.
It just automatically sends.
Especially if you do like Roblox and all that kind of stuff. It's like a regular app. You just go on there and pay for shit.
But for when I do Amazon, when I order it, it has a confirmation point, and
But
you have
what-
to confirm.
Okay, so what is that supposed to do?
See, I never did Grubhub, so I don't have.
No, but I'm saying, what is that? What is that point? Like,
Oh, at that point, it's saying, "Do you want to purchase this?"
and the
And
person,
you have to
the
say
guy
yes.
did, the little boy did.
Damn, he's 6.
So what?
He just kept
2023.
he kept going back. He had
These little niggas have
numerous.
phones there too. I knew how to use the phone there too.
Oh Lord!
It's a whole nother world.
But I still have an issue when you say the doorbell ringing. It took like the third person, and you knew you didn't order no
I
food.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know why it took 3 people.
And your wife didn't order no food. And he said, as more and more cars with more and more deliveries showed up, he began to understand what was actually happening. He soon realized that there was seemingly no way to reverse the damages done. Reaching out to one of the restaurants, he was told that he would need to contact Grubhub. One of the orders, $439 from Happy Pizza, was so large that it tripped Stone's credit card for fraud alert and was declined.
Nope.
Though a $183 order of shrimp from the same location did go through. Some of the other orders included salads, chicken pita sandwiches, chili cheese fries, ice cream, grape leaves. I don't know what grape leaves are.
What is that?
I don't know what that is. Rice and more, according to the dad. But he said, while all the food was being delivered and I figured out what happened, I went to talk to Mason about what he did. And this is the only part that makes me laugh. I was trying to explain to him that this wasn't good. And he puts his hand up and stops me and says, Dad, did the pepperoni pieces come yet? So, fortunately, you know.
Well, I wouldn't even call them baby kids. It's kids of 2023. Every kid, and you can't say they don't. They don't like games, you know. And it's it's our fault because we give it to them to get their focus somewhere else. You know what I mean? So hey, they know how to download apps. These niggas know how to do all kinds of shit on the phone. Yeah, I gotta watch them.
$1,000.
Yo, this one took Nadia a card and almost spent like $600 on Roblox.
And I've been trying to figure out what is Roblox anyway, because my nephew did the same
little
thing.
Game that they put together and create the man and all that kind of shit, and create a world. They can build a house and make you fight. It's child.
So is it like virtual reality?
It's something like that for the kids.
Okay.
And they can build the man. They can put on their different outfits, and he can be an army. He can be a worker. He can do all kind of shit. It's something creative for their mind.
Oh, okay.
But you have to buy the outfit with points. There's points. They give you like 1,500 points or 900 points or something. It's a point factor. So you have to buy all these points for them in order to play, to put the stuff together.
Okay. That's interesting. That's really interesting.
Gadget nigga then set up here and made and they're making hella money off of it.
But y'all don't want y'all kids to go to school and learn how to do coding. Because coding is what
go to school to do coding.
That's where the money is at.
Yeah. These little niggas in here, all they do is computer stuff. And I encourage it.
Put your children in coding. Tech, there's still money left in this tech world.
It is.
It's still some money left there to be made. Do not sleep on coding. You may not understand what it is, but hey, out of the mouths of babes come all kind of apps, games, and stuff that you can't even visualize.
Yeah.
Oh, so I also do want to say, Y'all, we had an amazing show last week. I forgot I
Yes,
wanted to
big
mention that.
show. Yes,
If you have not done so, please go back and watch the replay. Our guest was B Slade, and he came and he slayed us, is what he did. And if you watch the show in the beginning, you'll think, oh, it was just okay. The show made a turn in towards the end.
And that's the thing I gotta say about our show. You can't just watch the beginning.
Yes.
You got to wait because it switches on everything. Like it will switch
never know.
in a moment. And yeah, you just gotta watch the whole show. I know we said an hour, but anytime we get with him, it's gonna be 2 hours or more because
we let him
we
flow.
talked about music, we talked about church, we talked about life, we talked about disagreements, we talked about reconciliation, we talked about it all.
Mhm.
We did. And that's what kind of conversation. It was basically a conversation that we would normally have offline. That
Right.
we allowed you guys in, basically.
Yeah.
But these are conversations that we have offline with each other. So you guys were kind of privy to be a part of our conversation, basically, on the norm conversation.
On the norm. So yeah, y'all go back and watch that replay.
It was really good. Go back and watch the replay.
Share, and share some more.
Knowledge. He dropped some really, really. We talked common sense, we talked spirituality, but then we talked about the realness of how people really feel about different things in life, especially when it comes down to religion and tithe and offering and things like that. And a couple of people have inboxed me and a couple of people text me and was like, thank you for having him on the show. And they start sending their tithes right then and there. You know what I mean? They asked me, well, Love Center to cash out. And they asked me, well, I'm going to give it to my dad's church. Or, you know what I mean? It don't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. As long as you give God what he deserves and what he's asked you for. And he's only asked you for 10%.
And most of y'all don't know, it's very rare that you even see B Slade do an interview. So you guys got a lot because it's been a very long time since he has sat down and did a real interview like he does with us, and he come and he's home with us. He's our other host.
Oh,
so.
I was just gonna say he's like a co-host. When we have, if Denise is not available, and you guys still pray for her, she's going through she's taking care of her grandfather now. So we're just praying for her strength. But yeah, just I get excited when he comes back, and he'll be back in a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? I told him the other day I want him to come back at least once or twice a month, so we can just talk and kind of maybe he can interview some people that he knows. You know what I mean? Me and Terrence have been talking about it for a couple of years, but now I think we're in our third year. We both want to see the show kind of blossom like it was in the beginning. So we're going to have more guests. We don't want to overload you with guests. But we will have more guests and we will have more topics like we used to that you guys can conversate with us. And that's why you guys come back every week. When I went to a service Saturday, a couple of people was like, oh, I watch you and Terrence all the time. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. You know what I mean? And we appreciate that. They may not come on Wednesday night, but they're watching.
Because everybody says the replays. I see the comments when you guys are there, like when I'm up at 3:00 in the morning, when I just wake up, I see people are commenting, I'm watching the show right now on the replay.
Then we have people on the East Coast. It's now. You know what I mean? So I know sister, our friend Teresa, she's a school teacher. So I know she's, probably prepped and she's probably in the bed now. But she'll watch us tomorrow, during her lunch hour. She'll send us a message. Hey, I'm watching the show. Or we'll see her little comments come up and we'll know that she's watching. So you guys go back, do yourself a favor and go back
and watch.
Not only is he an artist,
take some notes.
Not only is he an artist, not only is he a producer, a songwriter, a genius in music, period, but he is a teacher and a preacher of the word. And he showed all aspects of him. From his and guess what today is? Today is Wednesday, February 1st. Go download Blue.
Oh wait,
BLEU. Go
first.
buy Blue. He dropped it today. I got the text. I got the email this morning over midnight. But it is out. Go get it. Go get it. Blue Slade Blue, BLEU. Go pick it up. We told them we was gonna shout it out. We're doing it now, bro. We got you. We got you.
Oh.
So yes. I'm excited. I'm just excited about what the Lord is doing in my life.
Can't with you. I really can't. Sound like an old church mother on the phone. Ain't right now.
Nothing changed, last night, shout out to Uncle Donnie McClurkin. He came out here to check on the Hawkins family and took us to dinner last night at Scott's, and we had a great time. He came to check and make sure that everybody was okay. He's just one of those guys to just drop in and text and say, "Hey, I'm coming to check on y'all. Get a restaurant, get everybody on there, and I'll see y'all there at 8." And that's exactly what I did. And the people came again. The family came, and we had a good time. We had a really, really good time. The only person I missed.
It's back, y'all. My song is here.
You just interrupted my whole conversation.
Wait, I better stop playing for they cut a song.
Just interrupt my whole conversation.
Sorry.
Serious. The only person that I really missed last night was Auntie Karen, because I knew she would have been there laughing and talking and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know why you're calling me right now, but I have to call you back. So yes, so please, keep us in prayer still. Please keep us in prayer. Why are you calling? She didn't call me back to back. All right. I'm on the show, so that's why I'm not answering.
And it's to our one of our regular Teresa, he says is a school teacher. So that's one of our topics for tonight. You guys saw where the little 6-year-old shot the school teacher. And for me, I had only followed the part about the school teacher and the kid. And I knew that the kid it had been reported that he had brought the gun before, he had showed the bullets, and he had did all of this. So leading up to this, the school administrators were already notified. They did nothing. Well, they were notified about the kid having the gun.
Oh.
So Newport News, Virginia Superintendent Dr. George Porter III was removed from being the superintendent of the school district because basically he didn't do anything. So it was by the community of teachers and the parents who called for his resignation or firing. He needed to be resigned or fired. And the board chair, Lisa Sir, y'all know I jack people names up. She characterized Parker as a capable division leader who has served Newport News for nearly 5 years through some extremely challenging circumstances. The decision is based on the future trajectory and needs of our school division. So he will depart his post with 2 years' salary paid over 12 months.
And so they're still paying him.
Yeah, they're going to pay him. They're going to give him severance. And basically because on the thing is that he just did not do anything. And if you are aware that a child is talking about bringing a gun or has brought bullets, then you need to do something. And you guys know I just went through the same situation with the kid on my bus right before we went, after Christmas time, whatever it was. And the little boy said he was going to shoot the 2 girls on my bus. I immediately went to the office and did what I needed to do because, as I tell my drivers all the time, write incident reports, cover yourself. You got to be able to paper whip yourself out of a situation. Well, nothing happened.
The little boy said he was going to shoot the girls on the bus?
Mm-hmm.
What'd they do to him?
He just bad. I won't say he's bad. He has some
mental situations.
Yeah, he has some mental situations, and I think it's time for him to be transferred off of a regular ed bus onto a special ed bus. And usually we do the other way, where we bring kids on and we're trying to integrate them into the regular day-to-day world. But he's recessing.
Gotcha.
And so when I went to the secretary, who in turn went with me to the principal, so that I had somebody else there. And when I told them first, the principal pulled out like he was writing it in his phone. I thought nothing of it. I did my part, got it off of me. I gave them my notes, and I moved on. 2 weeks later, the vice principal calls me in a panic, and I'm like, well, what's going on? And I didn't even know the number, so I don't answer when I don't know the number. You go to voicemail. And all I see is this text message about the police is about to call you. I said, well, what the hell the police gonna call me for? What I done did? I ain't bothered nobody yet. And I'm like, oh, so I called back and was like, hello? And she was like, oh my God, this made it to the superintendent. They were talking about you at the super. Oh Lord, why are they talking about me at the superintendent's office? I ain't did that. They said, no, that you reported it. And the secretary was there when you reported it, but the principal didn't do anything. So the same thing that's going on with my principal right now, who may lose his job behind this situation, this principal, right, this superintendent. So it doesn't matter what position you're in. If you don't follow the rules and document stuff, you can find yourself out of a job. Don't get to the point where you're so cocky to think that nobody can take you out of your job. Because as we tell the drivers all the time, we don't fire you. You fire yourself. You do the actions that lead up to you getting fired. And this the superintendent, he was made aware of this situation. And it was numerous where they had told him that this child was talking about shooting the teacher, and the child was having an interaction. And this child, 6 years old. So I guess you are right. If the 6-year-old could do $1,000 on Grubhub,
yeah,
you are right. You're right. This is a 6-year-old child. And what made me catch the part of this, because I really wasn't tripping off of the superintendent, it made me frustrated and so mad when I looked up, he's a black superintendent.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
They're gonna say
they gonna say, see, every time we put them in a position of power, they don't do what they're supposed to do. That's what made me say, oh my God, we need to address this. And I'm like, you just can't sit back. You have to do your job, even if you don't want to do it. But they said at the school board meeting, teachers' parents poured in with complaints of the school board's disregard of repeated complaints about misbehavior and few consequences due to a misguided emphasis on attendance and other education statistics. So basically what he was doing, he was more focused on attendance. He didn't want to suspend this child because he's on that like most people. Attendance. If the kids don't come to school, the district don't get paid. They get paid for each child that is in attendance in the school. So if the child is not there, they lose money, and it gets costly. It gets very costly. And I didn't know that we're talking sometimes over $1,000 a day in school districts.
Yes.
So you could have a poor school district where it could be 200 or 300.
That's why they be trying to get them parents in trouble when the kids don't show up for school.
Exactly. And then we go all the way up to $1,000.
They don't care nothing about them kids.
So don't get caught up in your title and don't do your job. And it was so funny because when I looked at it, I saw a clip of Kevin Lemon's wife. What's her name? Tiana. I saw a clip on TikTok, and the title of the TikTok was "Don't Get Caught Up in Your Titles." And this is what people say: I'm the superintendent, I'm Dr. So-and-so. Dr. So-and-so, you can get knocked down a peg. Yeah. This right here, he probably would. When he woke up that morning, he probably had no idea this 6-year-old was going to be the one that was going to make him lose his job. And if you're at I don't know how big Newport News, Virginia is, but you could be a $400-something thousand a year superintendent. Because my position as an instructor, the jobs that are offering me now are starting at 150 and up. He's a superintendent. So he could be anywhere above, he could be almost at close to $1 million a year, depending on how big the school district is. Are you really willing to play with your money and the livelihood of your family? Because this is going to be a scuffle for him to get another job now.
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to be talking about he's the superintendent that didn't do anything. And he's the superintendent that while on his watch, a teacher got shot. And how do you even say a 6-year-old shot a teacher? That don't even.
Yeah, don't make no sense.
It don't even make sense. But I was just devastated when I looked over and saw that he was black. I was like, dang, come on, we got to do better. We really have got to do better in this. Just do your job, people. Just do your job. So I'm praying for the teacher because, like I say, it could be anybody.
And them teachers don't make that much money to be dealing with y'all kids bullshit.
To be dealing with y'all kids. I had another video that went right in with this one, but we won't be able to play it. But y'all, there was a student in Georgia who attacked a teacher. And she was all in the teacher's face, talking crazy to the teacher. And she is the one who physically put her hands on the teacher first. And I'm so stuck. She's saying, you don't talk to me like that. You don't talk to me like that. I don't care if the teacher talk crazy to you. You go to your parent. You don't put your hands on no adult because you're not adult. What if it would have turned a different way?
Yeah.
And that teacher beat the hell out of you like some of these other teachers did.
They would
be crying.
I would.
Yeah.
This whole that will whoop your ass now.
A whole lot. Whole lot. Because I tell my kids, I'm not that driver. Don't ever be foolish enough to run up on me because they can have this job. You are not going to put your hands on me. You are a child. I will kill you and your parents in the process. I'm here to safely transport you to school, but you don't have no right to put your hands on me. And you have no right to curse at me. You have no right. I told the little boy today, you thought you was about that life. I'm really about that life. Get off my bus and go in the office and tell your parents to come get you because you ain't riding my bus. I'm about that life. You not. And
what the hell did he do?
He was choking one of the other kids.
Oh, child, he need his ass whooped.
I'm telling you, the kids now are so much further than the other kids. It's not like it was when I first started driving. Every year seems to get worse and worse. And we have the people who defend having seatbelts on a school bus. And the one lady was, oh, I'm so glad y'all got seatbelts. I said, why? Oh, because they save lives. I said, when? Tell me the last time a California school bus has rolled over. We're not other states. We teach our people how to really drive and how to maintain these vehicles. We don't have those rollovers. And I said, so here's the other thing for you parents that believe that seatbelts is a wonderful thing. I'm on the bus. I got 84 kids on the bus with me. I'm one person. If I get stuck in my seatbelt and this bus is on fire and it goes up in 3 minutes, whose kid do I save first when I get out the seatbelt? And the woman looked at me and I said, so let me tell you what the kids really do with the seatbelts. Since y'all think they're so wonderful, they wrap the seatbelts around the person's neck and they trying to choke each other with the seatbelts on the bus. That's what the kids are doing. But if you really want to know what was happening on the bus, I'm going to tell you what's really happening. He done wrap, and the sad part is, this is brother.
Oh shit!
He done wrapped it around.
They having a sibling
rivalry
on the bus.
And I'm like, y'all do this at home. Don't do this mess on my bus. And bus driver, he choking me. And I'm sitting there like, damn, can y'all do this in some other time? Wait till you get out. And I'm telling y'all, my route, it's like 12 minutes from the school to the bus stop. I have more chaos in 12 minutes than some of these teachers have all day with these kids in this classroom. And it's always something. I tell them, you sitting next to the person, why you got to yell? I don't want to hear you yelling for 12 minutes. Because I'm over here trying to see if the other one threatening the next one. Because I got to be able to hear all of that. You have to hear all of that on the bus. And it's just a new day of kids. A new day of kids. So parents, when you send your kids out there, tell them to be respectful, because this student, she ended up breaking the leg of the teacher, and this was in Georgia. So she broke her leg. And here's the thing that you have to think about too. What if her kids decide to retaliate? Because it's a new day. It's a new day. So I just imagine if Deshaun goes there, his mama's a teacher, and one of these kids jump on him, it's gonna be a whole different situation, because Deshaun gonna call his cousins, and the cousins gonna be at the school searching for the kid. See what I'm saying? You don't know how this situation could turn. Yeah. So tell your kids, I don't care, as long as that teacher didn't put their hands on you, they can talk crazy to you all you want. But your job as a child is to go speak to somebody else, or go tell your parents and let your parent deal with the situation. Now this child is in juvenile hall and you're going to jail.
Good. She needs to.
And she needs to go to jail. But that's why I say, I look at some of these other states, it's just no way you're going to put your hand on me. And how old was this teacher? This wasn't a young teacher. When I looked at the video, she was an older teacher. And
it was sad. The whole thing was just sad.
It was sad. And then they were talking about, well, she talks crazy to the kids. And let me tell y'all something. Sometimes you got to talk crazy to these kids, because when you talk to them and you say, stop, 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 after the 50,000 times saying stop, you over it.
Yeah, they don't understand that other stuff.
They don't understand that. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like, ooh, I'm going to bop you on the top of your damn head.
They don't understand. They don't understand.
They don't understand. And y'all forget that we used to have, when you went to Catholic school, the nuns could give you a whooping. They could paddle your hand.
Whoop that ass.
If you was out of control. And I know one state was trying to bring that back, because some of these kids are so disrespectful because their parents don't knock them out.
Yeah.
And you're going to get up on the wrong person. I'm promising you're going to run up on this wrong teacher, because we just saw the man teacher turn around and beat the hell out of that kid in that classroom. And the kid was trying to run, and he stopped him and body slammed him.
He did.
So, like I said,
called him a nigger.
Called him. The story could change. The situation could change. You're going to run up on the wrong teacher, and you thinking you Billy Bad.
You got to realize too, we don't know what these teachers are dealing with at home. We don't.
And most of them
at home, and some
financially they struggling.
That's what I was going to say. And they're not getting paid enough to deal with.
You don't pay them to teach your badass baby kids.
But also, what don't help is you coming up there to the school acting a fool neither. Like your child was just all right.
Oh, my little Johnny don't do that. Johnny is good. Right, whatever. And the other thing that y'all need to understand too, some people think it's amazing, but a lot of times most districts pay once a month. So if you're in financial debt and you still waiting, you ain't got time. Your mind is somewhere else. You just want to come and do your job and go home and try to deal with the other stresses. But you sitting there, okay, so what if they got bill collectors calling them? What if they got emails and all of this stuff, and they looking at their bills, and your badass baby kid is over here talking crazy to them? They're going to snap. And my thing is, this is a situation now where this teacher should sue the school district. Because When this situation happened, another teacher walked out of her classroom and she tried to de-escalate, but she didn't pick up and call the office and say, let's get security here, because this thing is going left. The other piece is that because your children have gotten so addicted to these damn phones, they were more worried about catching a video than trying to help the teacher so the teacher don't get hurt. It's just so many different angles that could just, it's frustrating. Everybody wants to catch something for a damn video, and it just makes you look stupid. I wish, see, that's what's hanging on children, because if my child was sitting there and the teacher was getting attacked, I'm going after my child for sitting there letting this mess go on. Because you're there to learn. You're trying to get an education. The person that's teaching you already got theirs. You're trying to be a productive part of society, and you can't do that acting a fool in the classroom. Because this is only a short time that you in high school. Because how many times do we all say we wish we could go back to being a kid and being in school? Because bills come immediately.
They do.
And baby, I'm over them. Because that's what the guys say from channel 7. It's the first, babies. Rent is due. And he wasn't lying. It's the first. Now, I don't know, y'all. Just pray for our teachers. Pray for their safety. Pray for their safety. And because now you also got to remember, now some of the other teachers, they're going to be more talking about, I don't think I want to work in this kind of district no more. And then that's what takes our teachers out of our urban districts and puts them into suburban districts where they don't have to deal with that. See, y'all don't understand it. Like me, I don't drive urban schools no more. I've been in this thing too long. I'm driving a suburban school, or I'm driving a private school, because I don't want to deal with your kids no more. I really don't. I shouldn't have to get up and go to work.
Tell the truth.
That's what seniority gets you, baby. I ain't driving Hunters Point. I ain't driving Fillmore.
He does not want to deal with your ass kids.
I don't want to be bothered like that. My thing is,
they're not bad. They're just
animated.
No, they're
hyper.
They're just grown little people.
But do they give the teachers the blues like that?
They don't, but they can. But they have an uncle they know that's going to come up, and they don't want their daddy to come up.
Because you're going to catch it right there at school.
They don't want their teacher to fly home from Hawaii neither.
Because you're going to catch it right there in the middle of the school.
I'm thinking about that. Ayan and Micah. Ayan, y'all do your homework? Yeah. Why you still got on your school uniform? Go take it off and put on some pajamas. You do your homework? Let me see it.
Actually, it was like a today.
Oh, okay. All right. You turn the other ones in? All right. That's all I needed.
That's all you needed.
Because it triggered. I usually ask when I get home from work.
But yeah. So y'all just pray for our teachers. Let's jump on over to Portland. Let's go to Portland, Oregon, y'all.
What's out there? Oh, the black lady.
I was in Oregon, y'all, and I'm a little. When I read this story, I was like, that didn't happen to me. So in Portland, Oregon, a jury has awarded Rose Wakefield, she's 63 years old, $1 million in damages, which included punitive damages of $550,000. And what happened was, which I'm telling y'all, I was in Oregon and I had to pump my own gas. In Oregon, they pump the gas for you. Oh, you know what? I didn't pump the gas. I just thought about that when I was there in the bus. That's right. Where was that? So it was somewhere. I must have been going somewhere that didn't do it. But in Oregon, they pump the gas for you. I just realized I was in the bus and they pumped the gas in the bus. So when you pull into the thing, to the gas station. They get out, and this is how they used to do on the East Coast too. And back when I was a kid too, my grandmother used to pull into the full service station.
Oh,
They
I know
checked
that.
up under your hood, huh? You
Yeah,
remember that?
full service or self-service?
Uh-huh. Back in the day. Well, Oregon is still they do the gas all the way. So Rose pulled in and she tried to ask for assistance. And this happened at the Jackson's food store in Beaverton on March 12, 2020. And she saw the attendant, Nigel Powers, and he ignored her. And he instead went and pumped gas for other drivers. She tried to ask for assistance. He said, "I'll get to you when I feel like it." And like I say, attendants are required to pump fuel at gas stations in Oregon's larger populations. That's what it is. In larger populations, in the small suburbs, it's kind of iffy. So, of course, we're in this day of cameras. There was cameras that caught this whole thing, how he would not go help her. And she said, I was like, what world am I living in? This is not supposed to go down like that. It was a terrible, terrible confrontation between me and this guy. And so she said during the following week, she complained twice to the managers, but her phone calls were largely disregarded. And at that point, he was fired a month later after corporate records shows he had been written up several times for talking on the cell phone. So he got fired for something totally different.
I was going to say, so that had nothing to do with her.
It had nothing to do with her, but it just so happened to fall into the time where she decided that she wasn't going to let it go, and she went ahead and pressed charges. And this is the thing that I tell people. If you're a racist, you can't work in the public because you're going to have to help somebody that you're a racist against. He wasn't into black women. I'm not going to help you. And this whole thing. And now you have a lawsuit. And Jackson, I don't think I was in Beaverton, but I don't remember this store. $1 million. And who wakes up and goes down here when this is the norm that you pull into the gas station and they what's it? I'm about to call it poor. They what's the word? They pump everybody's gas. That's the norm. So you don't go in there thinking that this is about to turn to a totally different situation. Mm-hmm. And I just saw, y'all, I love TikTok. Mm-hmm. I just saw TikTok in Detroit. There are a group of black men now that at nighttime they are pumping ladies' gas. So if it gets to be a little dark out there, they're standing out there pumping gas. Because they're saying no lady should be out here by herself.
It's just not gas neither.
Oh, what else they doing?
They just around the neighborhood, like if they're at a restaurant or grocery store or whatever, they're just walking.
They walk into their car too?
Yeah, and take their groceries out the buggy and put it in the trunk and tell them to get in the car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's more than just gas.
I forgot the name of them, what this group is called. I'm sorry, y'all.
They've been doing it for the dudes too. They're doing it just to make sure, because of the whole Nichols thing, they want to make sure that their neighborhoods are safe.
Well, I'm older. Y'all can help me.
You can help your old ass. You can do it yourself. They can just make sure. Yeah, ain't nobody go, child. They gonna run from your ass.
I don't have a problem with you helping me. I don't have a problem with you helping me. You can carry my groceries. I really don't. I don't have an issue with it. Yes, Chris, I agree with this. Protect them. Because if we don't change the culture is not going to change. And as our black men need to step up more, and that's a whole nother show. But we as a race need to come together. And when we come together, if we realize together we are so much stronger, we're so much stronger. And I was just telling some of the ladies at work about voting. Voting is not an option. It's a requirement. The days of you just being lollygagged to what's going on in the world, those days are over. You have to be a part of society, and you have to be a productive part. And being a productive part means that you vote and you pay attention to what's going on around you, because you can't never say that it's not going to affect you.
Yeah.
Every time you think that something's not going to affect you, it gets closer and closer to home. We just had the man drive his family off the cliff in right here in Half Moon Bay, right outside of Pacifica. He drove the Tesla right over the side of the cliff. But God said it wasn't their time. Everybody in the car survived. Times are hard. People are going through mental health issues.
Well, they was domestic violence.
What you said was that was domestic, yeah. But and that's the other thing. You women choose to stay with the wrong men. Blessings, and our race is a disgrace. Not at all. But a lot of these young ones think they know everything and don't know right.
Yeah.
And Chris, I'm glad they survived too, because now this dad is going to jail. We just saw the other white man down in Southern California stopping his Tesla on the middle of the highway, jumping out with a pipe, banging on cars. People are going through some issues. And I don't know what to say. But I'm happy for Rose, because now she's $1 million richer. And it wasn't even about the money with her. She's 63. It was about the principle of the fact that you didn't do what you're getting paid to do.
Yeah.
So that's just do your job. Just do your job.
Now listen, next week we're gonna have a guest. I'll tell you guys who it is tomorrow. We have a flyer out. But we have a guest next week.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys have enjoyed her recently, and she's gonna come on. And I'm working on another guest that I'm very excited about. So I hope we can do this one.
And we're about to get a little fashion. I'm working on a fashion designer, because I'm really working on, like I say, our goal for this new year is to really push bringing in. Oh, and I forgot about him. I should invite him too. Ricky.
Ricky was supposed to do the show before and never called.
So y'all, and while y'all sitting back, our show gets it goes a lot of places that most of y'all ain't never gonna get the coverage to go to.
It's doing its
Didn't
thing.
know it was going some places where.
Congratulations, though. Thank you guys for supporting.
Yes, because if it wasn't,
We ain't forgot. We're gonna do an anniversary show. We just got to get it together. And this week has been hell. Just give me until after next weekend, after Auntie Karen stuff, that I can focus. B Slade was everything. He was very good this week.
He's
week
such
was
a hard act to follow. He's a hard act to follow.
Always setting the bar so strong.
We got some other guests that are coming, so yeah, I'm like, ooh. Oh, and y'all, I think, like I say, y'all need to pay attention. Bart got all of this money during COVID. Bart is
my sister, and you're going to be one of them. I'm going to call you like in 10 minutes.
She's like,
you guys, that is my sister.
A vocal beast.
See, Ashley Brown Lawrence. She is a
vocal beast. That's what I call her.
Singer. Let me tell you what you did to me. Just sitting in that church while you were singing the other week. You don't know what that did. That thing, the way you slayed that song. Like you know how somebody sing a song so good that when you hear the recording, you know, it's like you can't even hear that anymore. Yeah. That's what happens. So when I hear the song now, it's like, and that's not taken away from the lead singer, that's my boy, but
because I saw the clip.
Acknowledge that song.
I saw that clip at like 3:00 in the morning, and I was like, OMGG. Oh my God, this old
Listen.
Old school church.
Okay. I was holding my head the whole time while you was in there singing. And I told them, Brahmi, I said, she has lost it. Like she's tapped in. She's
Oh, she was
you,
tapped in.
when I tell you set the bar, you set the atmosphere for that service. And to see it online, but to be there and to just
God is always
one of
different.
the hardest, and I know it was kind of probably one of the hardest thing that you did to sing and push through that moment. Seeing the family do that last viewing and all that was rough. But when I tell you, the oil was on you, and it's always. And I'm so proud to be your little brother. Whew, that was it. So we're gonna have see Ashley Brown.
Never met you, but baby, the what you did, it was a massacre. She's massacre.
And for everybody that don't know, she came here, and she was a part of the Shirley and Crystal tribute, and she did one of Shirley's songs for her. So yeah, so we're gonna have my sister on here. We're gonna interview her. She has music out. Y'all go look on iTunes and all your digital. She has music out. We're gonna get her on here. We're gonna interview her, and we're gonna have a good time. And she is one of the killers. When I tell you, it's her and Nikita and Sister Crystal and Lillian and Ariana. It's just so many ladies that Lejeune. It's just so many. It's just so many.
It's too many to name sometimes.
There's so many. Blanche and Sherry from Ted and Sherry. And it's just, it is so many. You know what I mean? And I'm so happy and glad. And everyone's calling me right now, and I'm on this phone. But okay.
We're gonna bring that Bart. We're gonna bring that Bart back on the next show because
we're gonna bring that back on the next show. But
y'all research that. We can talk about that.
I'm gonna call you in 5 minutes.
We need to talk about that, and also with the thing, y'all. I did not watch the Tyree Nichols video. That's why I didn't really push to put that in our stuff, because I am at the point where enough is enough. I'm tired of watching video.
That's a whole nother show.
That's why I didn't put it in I didn't put it in here for us to talk about, because I'm just done.
I didn't want to even, because that's a whole nother. Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much, and I can't.
Just still praying for his siblings and his mom and his stepdad and his son. He has a 4-year-old son.
Oh wow! See,
and he's from Sacramento.
Oh, you know what? I kind of thought I did. I saw something. They were having a something in Sacramento. I was like, "Oh, Sacramento is supporting this," and then I realized he was there.
Yeah, he was born and raised in Sacramento.
See, Alicia said she watched it and she mad.
I watched it. I had to turn it off, and then I watched a little bit of it more, and then I turned it off. And it was just too much. And like I said, that's a whole nother show, because that's going to take me to a place I don't really want to go tonight. So we will see you all on next week. We will have a special guest with us. And again, I'm so glad that we were able to come to your home this afternoon on this Wednesday. We look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with our guests. We'll have a flyer out tomorrow. And you guys come on the page throughout the week. We post different things on there, for you guys' information and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm tired of posting death announcements. That's all that's been happening. Everybody's dying. All die at the same time.
That's all that's been happening.
What's up with April 15th, Terrence?
So April 15th is still happening. The person that's doing my mess call, the flyers and the logo is moving slow. So
he didn't ask his brother to do it, so that's what his ass get.
Forgive me for not getting it done yet.
That's what he get.
So because I'm getting the logo created. He ain't never.
I can do all that.
He ain't never told me he do logos.
Listen, I ain't got to tell you anything. You just look at my work and see it.
He ain't never said that. So y'all,
you see how he supports his brother.
I'm gonna take this bottle and bop
I
him.
do flyers, obituaries, church announcements, everything, Alicia. Yes.
He the obituary king right now.
I didn't get so many obituaries. I'm so sick and tired of looking at dead people. Like, it's a lot. And then these families send you 150 pictures to put in a 4-page program.
Right.
There's no way.
Oh, I didn't tell y'all what I'm drinking tonight. I'm actually having triple cream sherry tonight. I'm having a triple cream sherry, so it's like a little shot after dinner. Having something smooth. So y'all,
I love you guys. I gotta go.
Great week, and we will see y'all on next week.
See y'all next week. Peace out.